Good morning. Life starts making sense when you pay more attention to your dreams and less attention to the news. There's more wisdom in your dreams. The unconscious, unprocessed impulses and thoughts and feelings and desires that emerge when your mind is unguarded and unguided. That's actually where all the wisdom is. The news is kind of the opposite of a dream, or rather what is a collective dream. It's a kind of spell cast over the collective consciousness to direct everyone in a particular way in order to create certain economic or emotional results in the world, in the system. Your personal legend lives within the soft visions and subtle imprints that live inside of yourself. But the issue is you're so covered in the system, and even if you're a conscious person, even if you bring a degree of consciousness to your thinking and you do your best to stay vigilant to the noise of the system and find clarity, what inevitably happens is, as you walk around in the world, in the everyday, and with these devices that we have now, you're constantly being programmed. You're constantly being conditioned. Think about a muscle. A muscle's conditioned in a certain way over time with repeated action. So if you're given a message by the news over and over and over, eventually you start to believe it's yours. People only do things if they feel clever, and that's what the news does, is it makes you feel like you're clever. It makes you feel like it's your opinion, and it isn't your opinion. It's not your opinion. So what's the alternative? If you don't want to live like that and you want to find something more authentic, meaningful, conscious, useful, what you have to do is pay attention to what's going on inside of you. But for that, what you need is a degree of clarity, because there's a lot going on inside of you. And you sometimes struggle to know which things are you and which things are some kind of attempt at getting love. You know, which parents' love did you want the most? Think about that. Which parents' love did you want the most? Who did you have to be to get that love? So say it was your mum. Did you have to be calm all the time? Say it was your dad. Did you have to be successful? Say it was your mum. Did you have to be ill to get love? Say it was your dad. Did you have to be in pain to get love? Consider this question and notice where you've taken an idea about where you had to get love from a certain parent and just used the system to try and get that love. Maybe you've used your job, maybe you've used certain accolades, certain social standings, right? But none of that really matters. It doesn't matter, because if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, and I'm not talking about some place you're going to go when you die. I mean, now, today, you can enter the kingdom of heaven at any given moment. Quite simply by letting your emotions soften and accepting them and creating a kind of inner clarity that comes from peace. Peace in the knowing that you can't control most things. You can't control people's perceptions. You can't control what other people think or do. And peace in the knowledge that the wisdom that you seek is inside of you. Definitely not inside of an app or the news or someone's dysregulated experience that they're relaying to you. Certainly not in someone telling you about the traffic that they were in, as if they weren't part of it. Certainly not in the story of a divorce that your friend shares with you and you get really angry, really oh, this is awful, this is terrible. Certainly not in the complaining about your employer. Certainly not in the judgment of how politicians function. There's no clarity there. There's nothing there. There's no wisdom there. Nothing. You're wasting your life. So how do you discover the wisdom that matters? It's not complicated. It's really, really not complicated. Here's what you do. Before you meet the world for the day, before you meet the system, the conditioning, the imprints, the stimulus of everyday life, just you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you look out of a window and you let your mind run free, and you ask yourself, do I have a clear mind right now? And then the answer is probably no, but if you go to yourself, well, no, I don't have a clear mind, you're one step of the way there. Because at least there's some degree, some level of awareness there that then you're thinking, or noticing rather, okay, there's a lot of clutter in here. There's a lot of nonsense. Which bits of it are mine? Now, what I would offer and what I would urge you to do is go for the feeling. What's the feeling that you have when you take that time you sit on your own? Are you sad? Are you angry? Are you excited? Are you upset? Depressed? Joyful? Elated? What is it? What's the feeling? Because the feeling, and I'm not talking about the low-level hum of anxiety that you feel because you're scrolling beaming electronic nightmares into your eyeballs constantly. I'm not talking about that. That's just a blanket of ambient anxiety that you're putting on yourself every day. What I'm talking about is the core deep feeling inside of yourself. So this morning I woke up and I'd had a strange and interesting dream, and the core imprint it left me was to do with being emotional and stable simultaneously and how that's possible, right? Which is, I'm 35, so it's taken me this long to get there, but I'm starting to kind of feel that and accept that. Sort of sit by the fire of my feelings and just let them cook a wee bit. So for sure there's wisdom there for me today, and I'm going to be making space for that and reflecting and thinking about that. But also, if I want to get some quick clarity, I would do some push-ups. I did 50 push-ups there, and immediately I'm back in my body. I'd breathe and I'm back in my body. I'd clear the top admin bits for the day and I'm back in my body. But hit the first big admin life hurdles and then give yourself some space to feel and see what's in there. And take a break from the news. If you're watching news, that stuff's, I can't even tell you how bad that is for you and how uninformed you're becoming, how malleable and manipulated you're becoming because of it. So pay more attention to your dreams. Come and join the club. There's a link in the top comment if you want to apply to work with me on an album. There's sometimes spaces for that too. Have a good day. Bye.